Before we start our video, please like and subscribe to our channel. In 1979, a family of 6 resided in a one-room apartment in the Geylang Bahru neighborhood of Kallang in Singapore. Tan Chin Nee and his wife Lee Mei Ying owned a small business that involved driving other children to school in their minibus. They had 4 children: Tan Kok Peng 10 years old, Tan Kok Hin 8 years old, Tan Kok Soon 6 years old, and Tan Chin Nee 5 years old. Chin Nee is their only daughter. The 3 boys attended Bendemeer Road Primary School while the youngest, Chin Nee, was still in kindergarten. On the morning of January 6, Tan and Lee left for work at 6:35 a.m., leaving their children at home, still sound asleep. At 7:10 a.m., Lee called home to wake up her children so they could get ready for school. After calling at least 3 times and not getting an answer, she became worried and called a neighbor to ask for help in checking on her children. The neighbor went over to the Tan family's apartment and knocked on the door, but no one answered. Eventually, Tan and Lee returned home after 10 a.m. and were greeted by a gruesome sight. All 4 of their children had been murdered, with their bodies found in the bathroom. The eldest son, Kok Peng, had his right arm nearly severed. Each child had suffered a minimum of 20 slash wounds on their body, according to the pathologist's report. The Tan family's murder became one of the most horrific crimes ever committed in Singapore, and the case remained unsolved for nearly 40 years. However, in recent years, a YouTube video about the Tan family's murder helped spark renewed interest in the case. People began sharing the video on social media, and it gained widespread attention, with many Singaporeans expressing their outrage and sadness at the tragedy. Despite the passage of time, the authorities remained committed to finding the killer or killers responsible for the brutal murder of the Tan children. In 2019, the Singapore police announced that they were reopening the case and had identified a suspect who was currently living overseas. The police would not release any further details about the suspect, but they did say that they had been working with foreign law enforcement agencies to track the individual down. The renewed interest in the Tan family's case has brought back many painful memories for those who knew the family and those who were affected by the crime. The Tan children's former classmates and teachers have come forward to share their memories of the family, describing them as friendly, hardworking, and well-behaved. One of the Tan children's former teachers, Ms. Lim, recalled how the children were always well-dressed and well-behaved in school, and how the family's minibus was always clean and tidy. The brutal murder of the Tan children is a reminder of the senseless violence that can occur even in the most peaceful and seemingly safe neighborhoods. The case has remained unsolved for nearly 40 years, but the authorities have not given up on finding justice for the Tan family. With the help of new technologies and renewed interest from the public, the hope is that the perpetrator or perpetrators of this heinous crime will finally be brought to justice. The Tan family's tragedy will never be forgotten, but perhaps their story can serve as a cautionary tale about the importance of staying vigilant and looking out for one another in our communities. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel.